Welcome back to your weekly dose of AI news, your front row seat to the future. A future where apparently robots are sipping on digital chai. Let's get right into it. All right, we have got such a great roundup for you this week. We're going to cover everything from some pretty hilarious high-stakes drama to some massive billion-dollar deals, and even a look at how AI might, just save our lives. We're covering the biggest, the most fun, and the truly fascinating stuff from the past 7 days. Okay, first up, we've got a story that, honestly, it feels like it was ripped straight out of a tech comedy script. We're talking about a classic case of what you see is not what you get, especially when it comes to supposedly cutting-edge robots. So let me ask you something. If a major university proudly shows off what they claim is a groundbreaking new robot, how would you even begin to prove it's a fake? Do you need a fancy lab? A whole team of experts? Well, the answer? It's a lot simpler and, frankly, way more entertaining than that.
Yeah, you just let the internet do its thing. An Indian university was showing off this amazing new robot, claiming it as their very own big innovation. But, within hours, these eagle-eyed users online started saying, hey, that looks suspiciously familiar. And yep, turns out it was just a commercially available robot from a Chinese company. A classic internet takedown.
So the lesson here is pretty simple, right? Never, ever underestimate the power of Reddit, Twitter, and a handful of bored engineers with an internet connection. It's a funny story, for sure, but it's also a serious lesson in accountability for the entire tech world. You just can't hide anymore. Okay, now we're going to pivot from online drama to some very high-stakes reality. That number you're looking at right now, $1.5 billion. That represents a massive, massive deal in AI defense robotics that is literally turning science fiction into fact. And we're not just talking about slightly better drones here. No, this is a whole new generation of truly autonomous machines. Unlike the drones we have now that are basically remote controlled, these new ones are being designed to see the world, decide what to do, and then act, all on their own. It's wild. The sci-fi we grew up with is officially becoming reality. All of this kind of builds on a bigger theme, which brings us to our next section. We're going to zoom out from these individual stories and look at the fierce global competition that's driving all this innovation. And trust me, it is absolutely heating up. So, get this. Just before the Lunar New Year, major tech companies in China just released a whole suite of new and updated AI models. This wasn't just a slow trickle. It was a flood of new tech, all designed to compete head-to-head on the world stage. The pace is it's relentless. And this right here, this just perfectly captures the shift in intensity. If you thought the AI race was a simple competition a few years back, well, now it's like Formula One, except someone strapped rockets to all the cars. The speed, the money, the stakes, it's just on a completely different level. And not to be outdone, of course, Google is getting ready for its own massive move. They've just announced the dates for Google I/O, which is their biggest conference of the year. And believe me, the entire industry is expecting major upgrades to their flagship AI, Gemini. The buzz is it's off the charts. The general feeling is pretty clear. The internet is probably going to explode that week. Every single announcement, every demo is going to be picked apart as Google lays out its big vision for our AI-powered future. All right, for our final section today, let's shift gears from all the competition and the hardware to something way more personal, our health. Because underneath all the hype and headlines, AI is starting to make a real, tangible, and hopeful impact in medicine. I absolutely love this analogy because it just perfectly captures the moment, right? It really feels like AI has just suited up and joined this superhero team that's fighting to find new cures and make us all healthier. It's an incredibly powerful new ally in a very, very old fight. So how does this actually work? Well, you can think of it like a 3-step process. First, the AI crunches these huge biological data sets to design potential new medicines. Something that would take humans years to do, it does in hours. This lets scientists focus on testing only the most promising candidates, which means we can get to breakthrough cures that much faster. And what's really, really exciting here is that the entire philosophy of healthcare is starting to change. We're seeing this global push to use AI not just for treatment when you're already sick, but for prediction. The goal is to catch and prevent illnesses before they ever become a serious problem. Which kind of leaves us with this one final provocative thought. The future of your healthcare might be sitting right there on your wrist. All that data from your smartwatch could be analyzed by an AI that becomes your first line of defense, your personal health guardian, maybe even your new doctor. I mean, what a world we're heading into. This was all for this week's AI Digest. We will bring you more AI buzz next week. Till then, keep watching and don't forget to subscribe our channel AI Bubble. Thank you.